We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Cactus Wrestling is now available on Spotify and Amazon. And don't forget to check us out on Etsy for all of your Cactus Wrestling apparel needs. Nebraska team preview.
You asked.
You asked, we
You shall
delivered.
receive.
They're not the Wolverines, the Cornhuskers. Come on.
That's it.
Anyway, Nebraska team preview. This is a very exciting team. I think honestly, I was thinking about it. Penn State's clear number one. I think Iowa's a clear number two. I think Iowa's like really much higher than like I was predicting how many team points Iowa's gonna get. I think they'll probably be like 80 team points next year.
Oh, didn't when we did the Iowa preview, it was before Ja'Cory
And Buchanan.
Yeah.
and Buchanan. Yeah, so yeah, when we were predicting it was like they're not going to be a top five. They might not be top five, but adding those two guys that are going to be
And Kyle Parko too.
yeah, and
And
yeah,
then
like
you got Gabe Arnold, Nelson Brands, and Spen Keeter.
Yeah, a
so
lot of talent.
the
Yeah, I
preview
think
we did of Iowa, I think was before it was the actual Iowa team.
yeah, yeah. And then honestly, I think it's a fight for third. Nebraska I mean, if their strategy of everyone going down a weight class pans
Works
out,
out.
this could be a very dangerous team. And we saw, I mean, Nebraska gave Penn State a run for their money in the duel last year. I think it was their closest dual meet. Penn State still won by I think 8 points or something like that, but they won like four matches, I think. So let's start off with Caleb Smith at 125. Honestly,
You know,
25 is
American?
up in the air, former All-American. Um, I think he's definitely All-American threat again this
Yeah.
year. Um, I mean, a lot of this team is returning from last year, so you would only assume that they're going to progress of their performance last year. But we'll see. I think that he's definitely going to get some team points, and then for the duels, he'll win a lot of matches as well.
Caleb Smith is the one that transferred from App State, right?
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
2 years ago or
So this would
last
be
year
his
was his
second
first
year.
year.
He
Yeah,
was
this would
like
be his second
the
year.
5 seed and went 0-2 and then transferred to Nebraska and took sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that helped him.
So I mean, this is his second year at Nebraska. So he should theoretically continue to get better. I think All American's definitely within reach. He's top guy right now.
I mean, he had an
125.
overtime
Hopefully,
match with Noto in the Conci semis at
yeah.
Nash.
Hopefully, 125 is not as hectic as it was last year. But he had close matches with like Stanek and Noto.
Yeah,
But
5-1 with Stanek.
I think that high All American, maybe. Definitely, All American threat seems reasonable.
Yeah. 33, Jacob Van D. Van D, funky wrestler. I think he's got some high upside. He had some close matches with Aaron Nagel last year of Penn State. Um, I think we had him on the periphery of All-American in our team, in our 33 pounds rankings. But he could potentially win some matches at the Nationals this year. We'll see.
Yeah, he's a scrapper. I mean,
Get a close match with Kairini.
yeah, that National is only 2-0. Like
Yeah.
so I mean, I would be surprised if he pulled off an All-American, but like
Round of 16, maybe.
yeah, like I feel like he'll win some matches at Nationals, which will help the team score.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know that he'll go deep. Like that'd be a bit much to assume that.
So 141, Brock Hardy took third place last year. It's going to be tough to replicate that with Lears back into the mix,
And he
but
only lost to the champ.
He's
Mendez,
beaten
yeah.
Bo a few times. I mean, he's beaten Bo before.
Yeah, he's also traded matches with Ryan Jack. Hardy is definitely not someone to sleep on. I mean, he did also lose to um guy from Michigan, the freshman,
Lemley.
blanking on the
Sergio
name.
Lemley. Yeah,
Sergio
Sergio
Lemley,
Lemley.
yeah. At Big Tens, he lost to him. Um, I think it was at Big Tens. or maybe it was the duel, but he did lose to him. But hey, Brock Hardy's like a dog. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dynamic.
I think
Not an easy guy to be with.
everyone sees that as like a three-headed monster weight class, but he could definitely be up there.
Yeah, he's a guy that's like some of the guys that are like below him are like they're right on his heels, but he's also right on the heels of those guys ahead of him.
Yeah. He could easily
Right
be a
perfectly
top
in the
three
middle.
guy.
Yeah.
So
So,
Mike's boy Ridge Lovett at 149.
His
Mike's lost
Anton was a
all faith in Ridge Lovett. Like ever since
Semi
he
slot.
had that match with Yanni, Mike was like, Ridge Lovett's my favorite wrestler ever. And then he did the semi-slide last year. He's like, Ridge is dead to me. Like,
Overtime with Yanni, he was up and comer, and then yeah, semi slide. That was disgusting.
hey,
I mean, what version of Ridge do we expect to see this year?
he was
Probably,
great going. I mean, he made the semifinals of, and he lost a 1-0 to the champion. So
yeah,
like
I'd say he's gonna
he's
finish
a
probably.
title contender still.
I'd say he's gonna probably finish higher than sixth.
Him getting
Um,
majored by Kasich was like super unexpected for me.
Yeah, but I think a guy like
I
that,
think
he
mentally he
loses.
wasn't there. I think after he
Yeah.
lost to Benson, he was just like, "What's the point?" Like
Yeah,
I
the
don't think
same
he,
level of fight wasn't there for him.
yeah, like it wasn't the same. Like if he'd wrestled, like I think if he wrestled Kasich during the championship bracket,
Mhm.
would have been completely different complexion of a match.
It's fair to say.
Yep, yep, I agree.
But he's not out of contention to win a title this year.
I wouldn't say he's
That's what
out
I'm
of contention.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I would
He's
agree. I think a
clearly
lot of
capable of
guys,
beating Henson,
yes.
so he's got that going for him.
This one
But
I'm excited for. 157 Antrell Taylor. I think some commenters were talking like he bumped up last season to make room for Peyton Robb at 157. Antrell Taylor All-American at 65. He gave Messenbrink a tough match. He's got insane grip strength. I think he does some damage at 57 this year.
yeah, I would say
He
so.
is a problem for many
Especially,
guys.
57, we've talked about it, is a relatively weak weight class. Um, it wouldn't be unexpected to see a guy that had so much success at a tough 165 weight class last season. Because 165, as we talked about, was a very, it's a lot of talent in there last year. I mean, he had a close match with Peyton Hall, close match with Izzy Olejnik. Um, I think coming down to 57, if he could make the weight, and that's the biggest thing for this,
I don't think he
second
was
half.
struggling to make 65. So like I think he was probably walking around like at like 63 or something, and he's just cutting 6 pounds now.
I just think like for the kind of top third, maybe top half for this weight class of this lineup for Nebraska, it's going to be boomer bust, and it starts right here with Antrell Taylor at 57.
I think he's gonna be a boom.
Okay.
I think Taylor will be a boom. Some of these other guys, maybe not, but I think Taylor's gonna be a boom. I think he's gonna be definitely one of these guys that's right there in contention.
Well, Bubba Wilson at 165, he's dropping down from 74. So, like we were talking about, all these guys were in the lineup last year, but from Cyrus Allred to Antrell Taylor, all four of those weight classes are dropping down one weight, which we typically don't see. And we'll talk about Pinto and Allred's impact. But Bubba Wilson, he was a national qualifier. No, he didn't qualify.
No, not last year. So he was a two-time national qualifier as a freshman year, sophomore year made it to round of 16, junior year didn't qualify.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe it's
maybe the drop,
hopefully return to form.
yeah, maybe drop will be good for him.
Well, that was
Uh,
exactly is that he was at 165 as a freshman and a sophomore, went up to 174 for a junior, coming back to the weight that he was already a two-time qualifier at.
yeah, he probably couldn't beat Antrell Taylor for the 65 slot, so he was like, "All right, I'm gonna have to bump up to 74 for the team," and now back to 65. 65 has opened up, so I think
Yeah, it's
that
not a very deep way. He could rise through the ranks
he
relatively quick,
could. Yeah, he could.
especially
So
if this
this,
team kind of gets hot like we think they might.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nebraska is a dangerous team. Lenny Pinto 74. This is the biggest question mark. I love Lenny Pinto. I'm not
Biggest
hiding that in
boom
any.
or bust.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it so many times before, Pinto's gas tank is his biggest enemy. He can put up boards. He can score amongst the best of them, and then once he gets tired, he's just not the same guy at all. So him dropping down, and we already talked about he was a big 84. I don't know where he's going to
Very
find
big.
that weight without having an even more of a bigger impact on his gas tank.
Just took a
Hopefully,
year off from the gym and lost a bunch of muscle, and now he's ready to go.
yeah, he better have bought some running shoes and hit the track or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
he's
red
big.
spelt with two L's.
All red. The mustachio. This one's surprising to me as well. Sios Allred is kind of a taller
He's
97, and he
not a
looks.
small 97.
Yeah, no, he was a full-fledged 97. That's 13 pounds. So I don't know, maybe his height will play an advantage, but 84 has kind of become more competitive this year. He is a former Big Ten champion, I believe, right? Silas Allred, not last year, but two
Yeah.
years ago.
Yep.
He beat Max Dean multiple times that year. So he's got the skill to beat top guys. It's just
At a weight class up.
right, but that's the thing. Can he translate that over to
I,
84?
I feel like he's more likely to than Pinto. Like Pinto, either he's going to be a monster or he's going to just kind of be like Foco this past year when Foco went up to 84.
Mm. 197 Camden McDaniel. Daniel McDaniel.
Yeah.
This is a freshman coming in, and I think there's a lot to be said that Nebraska's willing to have four guys drop a weight class to make room for this guy. I think he could be scary. 97's wide open too.
I mean, it definitely turned their team from like, they'll be all right to like, oh, wait, this team actually could do some damage.
There's really no weak spots in this lineup. Maybe heavyweight.
Yeah, Harley.
Harley Andrews. And I mean, we're there anyway. I don't, I mean, they had Nash last year who did qualify for NCAAs,
Yeah, he did.
but I think Harley Andrews was the starter before Nash was in there. And I don't, maybe he can qualify for the tournament, but I don't see him scoring many team points.
Right.
Um, but I don't know. How many All-Americans do you think this team's going to have?
Caleb Smith, Brock Hardy, Ridge Lovett, Antrell Taylor.
Oh, Wilson.
You think
No,
Mm,
no, no, no. Well, no. I mean,
I
if
think
previously he was a close, but he was around a 16 at his best year. So I would say not him.
I think one of either Pinto or Allred could All-American.
I think
You don't
they're
think
sitting
both?
at 5.
I think they both could, but realistically, play it safe. Maybe
Yeah, I think
top one.
realistically they'll have 5.
Yeah, five.
Okay. Five is plenty.
5
Five,
is
and yeah, team point wise, if you have five All-Americans, that's at least anywhere from 5 to 10 points per guy. So that's probably you're looking at 30 to 50 points, team points.
and that's not
So,
including other guys not all-Americaning and winning matches.
and other guys performing better than 10 team points.
Yeah.
So I think do you guys foresee Nebraska as a top five team?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they could definitely do
Whoa.
it.
I agree that I think it's going to be between Nebraska and Oklahoma State fighting it out for third.
Oh.
What about not Ohio State?
You don't think Iowa?
I think Iowa. So I think Penn State won, Iowa two, Nebraska or Oklahoma State for third.
What about Iowa State?
Iowa State.
Oh yeah, Iowa State. They took 4th last year. Team trophy.
Yeah,
And what about
yeah.
Cornell?
I think
Cornell
Cornell's.
finished second the past 2 years, and
Yeah,
last
but
year they were
they're dropping. I
anywhere
mean,
near that.
losing Vito is not going to help them.
That's
And
true.
Cardenas.
And
Yeah.
Cardenas.
Um, I don't
And
know.
recent commit.
But they're adding Greg Diacomo.
Yeah, but Greg's been on the team for a long time.
He's never competed at nationals though.
That's
That's
because he hasn't had the spot because he wasn't winning the wrestle off. I
Exactly.
mean, he was losing to Brett Unger, who, like, no offense, Brett Unger is not the world beater.
That was by design. He was so he
Yeah.
could come
Yeah.
from more dramatic.
I think
Yeah.
my
Pitching.
preseason prediction for Nebraska, I think they're going to take 5th place.
Okay.
I'm
I
going to
feel
pull
like
that for them as a top 5 team.
fifth, maybe like fifth or sixth seems reasonable right now.
The problem is, I think Hardy has got a challenge at replicating 3rd. Ridge could arguably do
Ridge
better than
higher than
6th.
sixth.
And they just really need Pinto or Allred to pick up the slack
And
because
Taylor,
everyone's returning pretty much. It's not like they're losing any. And then Camden McDaniel could make an impact as a freshman too. So
I mean, I think at the absolute peak, they have 7 All-Americans, and that's if Smith, Hardy, Lovett, Taylor, Pinto, Allred, McDaniel, all All-American. I think that would be the best possible scenario. But I I think it's going to be too much weight for Pinto to cut, and I think that we're going to see more of the same. He's going to be, not the best Nationals performance. And
Or he'll be the greatest.
McDaniel, I'm sorry, what?
Or he'll be the greatest guy ever.
Yeah, I mean, or he could be the greatest
He'll
ever.
knock off Keegan O'Toole and Levi Haynes.
And I think McDaniel, is a great recruit, but I think it's too soon for us to know how good he's going to be. And to say that he's going to be an All-American, it might be, a little foolish off the bat.
overzealous. So let us know what you think about the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Are they a top 5 team? Are they going to do better than last year? Are they going to stay the same, do worse? How do you think those 4 guys dropping a weight class is going to impact them and the team? And will Ridge Lovett win it all? He was the number 1 seed last year. Didn't get it done.
Will we
Let us
see
know.
Nash make a return? I wonder.
Uh,
You don't think so?
Who?
Nash
Nash.
Hutmacher.
If I were him, I would focus efforts to try and get in the NFL if that's something he's interested in doing. He had his 1 season,
It was cool.
it
It's
was
like
cool.
I still got it. High five
Yeah.
myself.
So let us know your comments down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Cactus Wrestling.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.